Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Hitzemann, County Court Judge here in Hernando County. You folks are here for your first appearance. The purpose of the first appearance is so that you may be informed of the charges against you. I'll determine if probable cause exists for those charges. Probable cause basically means that it's more likely than not that a crime has occurred, more likely than not that you're the person who committed the crime. Of course, as you stand before me this afternoon, I presume that you're innocent of these allegations, and that presumption of innocence will stay with you through every stage of the proceedings, unless and until the State Attorney's Office is able to prove the allegations against you beyond and to the exclusion of a reasonable doubt. We'll set your conditions of pretrial release this afternoon. That is your bail or your bond. In most cases, you've had a bond set already pursuant to the bond schedule here in the 5th Judicial Circuit, or the warrant which led to your arrest. I'll determine if that bond should be raised or lowered or left the same, or whether there'll be additional conditions of pretrial release placed upon you. We'll let you know when your next court date will be. If you'd like to have the services of the public defender, I'll gladly appoint the PD to represent you this afternoon. You do have a right to have contact with folks on the outside, family, friends, counsel. If you have not had a chance to make that call, please let me know. We'll make sure that that happens. Finally, and most importantly, you're advised that you do have an absolute right to remain silent with regard to the facts which surround your arrest. I encourage you to do that. These proceedings are recorded. In addition, there is an assistant state attorney in the courtroom with me. If you say something that tends to incriminate you, they will use it against you in the prosecution down the road. I now need each and every one of you there at the jail to please raise your right hands and be sworn. You all solemnly swear or affirm, tell truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth? Outstanding. When you hear your name called, please come forward. Paper to you got.
Cody Martin.
Cody Martin.
I have his sister here to testify.
Cody, what's your date of birth?
2/22/96.
And Cody's here on a charge of aggravated battery. This is pursuant to a warrant signed by Judge Rupi. So she found probable cause. And will you be representing?
Yes, I've been hired to represent Mr. Martin. The alleged victim is here, who informed the officer at the scene she didn't want anything prosecuted. She's here to testify about contact and to let the prosecutors have any questions they want to ask her about this case.
All right, very good. Young lady, raise your hand for me. You solemnly swear, affirm, tell truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yeah.
State your name.
Leah Martin.
All right. Did you want to ask her questions, Paige?
You can. I know what you want.
Leah, tell me, so this is your brother?
It is.
Okay. And I'm guessing were the police at your house? You and he live in the same place?
We do.
Okay. And who else lives there?
My mother.
Your mom is there too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And if you don't ask me, how old are you?
I'm 21.
Okay. You look much younger. All right. You get carded all the time, right?
I do.
Okay. Okay. And Cody is younger or older?
Older. He's 23.
Okay. And are you concerned that Cody's going to hurt you or harm you in any way?
I am not. Cody, I want help for my brother. I
Okay.
told the cops that I didn't want any charges pressed against him or nothing.
Okay, so they were there the night that this happened?
No. We called for a whole different reason.
Okay.
We called because we didn't want him doing anything suicidal.
Okay.
Or because he was making those kind of threats.
Okay.
So we called for that reason. And when they came, they had asked if any other incidences had happened or whatnot. And
you told the truth?
I did. And they made me feel terrible. Like, made me feel like I put my brother in there.
Okay.
Now, they dredged something up from over a month ago.
Okay.
I never pointed at either.
It's okay. All right. Leah, just hang on. You're all right, okay? Nobody's blaming you. Okay. All right. And State, do you have anything you wanted to say or ask?
No, Your Honor. The defendant doesn't have a prior criminal history, so the state would leave it in the discretion of the court.
And Leah, do you have an appointment to speak to the people at the state attorney's office?
No.
She hasn't done that yet?
I know.
She's here today in case they wanted to ask anything.
Yeah, well, apparently they don't.
Seems that way.
All right. Okay. And so, Cody, what I'm going to do today is, and he has no history, State?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. I'm going to set a bond of $10. Condition of the bond is that any contact that you have with your sister has to be peaceful contact. So, not even raising your voice, okay, Cody?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So they're gonna come get you out today. You still have to go to court on the 10th of May. And any questions or concerns that you have, you're gonna address those to Mr. Heislip here, who's gonna be taking care of you. Okay?
Right here.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Very good. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Lynn. Okay. Catherine Klein Folger. Have to miss what's your date of birth?
1388.
Catherine, I have two charges today, driving under the influence and driving on a suspended license. There's probable cause for those charges. As to those charges, you wish to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender.
I'll appoint the PD. State, what can you tell me?
I'm showing an adjudication of guilt in 2017 for a petty theft, second degree in Hernando County, as well as a contributing to the delinquency of a minor. Adjudication of guilt in 2017. Adjudication of guilt in 2017 for a grand theft, where a county jail sentence was imposed. Adjudication withheld in 2010 for a petty theft. Actual constructive possession of synthetic, adjudication withheld in 2010, as well as a battery in 07, where a county jail sentence was imposed, where adjudication was withheld. No other history, Your Honor.
Catherine, I have an address for you on Sharon Street in Brooksville. Is that where you live?
Not currently, no, sir.
Okay, where do you live now?
I reside at 16142 Fruitville Street,
Okay.
Brooksville, Florida,
How long have you been there?
since April 17th of 2017.
Okay. Do you have a job these days?
I do not, sir. I am employed under my father's construction company.
Okay.
When he needs me, though,
Okay.
it's not steady work.
Okay. I'll set your bonds, Catherine, at $500 on each count. That's a total of $1,000. I'll have you back in court on the 3rd of May. Very important that you contact the public defender when you get out, okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Laura Creasy. Afternoon, Laura. What's your date of birth?
9/25/66.
Laura, the charge is trespass, and that's pursuant to a warrant that was signed by Judge Angelitis. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender.
I'll appoint the PD. State.
An adjudication in 2018 for possession of paraphernalia, where a jail sentence was imposed, as well as a trespass adjudication in 2018, a petty theft adjudication in 2018, and no other history, Your Honor.
Okay. Laura, where have you been staying lately?
I'm homeless.
Okay. You living outdoors these days? Are you staying with friends, or what's
Mhm.
going on?
I go up from friend to friend, or sometimes outdoors. Yes.
Okay. Do you have a job these days?
No.
Okay.
State would like to extend an offer of 10 days.
Okay. Laura, if you want to resolve this case today, the state would let you take 10 days in the county jail. You've got 2 days in already. I tell you that because otherwise I'm going to set a $500 bond, and you won't be back in court until the 3rd of May.
No, I'll take the 10 days.
All right. Do you understand by entering a plea today, you give up the right to have a trial by jury, the right to confront the witnesses against you, the right to remain silent, the right to have a lawyer represent you, but you want to give up those rights so we can resolve this today?
Okay. Yes, I guess. Thank you.
All right, hang on. So in case number 19MM1104, as to charge of trespass, how do you wish to plead? You can plead no contest.
Okay.
All right?
No contest.
I'll accept your plea, find it's freely and voluntarily made. I'll adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 10 days with credit for 2 days served. There's a fine and court cost of $553. and your cost of incarceration, I'll unappoint the public defender so you don't have to pay for them. But that takes care of it, Lori. You just have to do the 8 more days, and then they'll let you out, and this will be over, okay?
Okay.
All
All right, thank you.
Good luck to you. Kayla Norris. Want to miss what's your date of birth?
04-2795.
Kayla, you're here on a warrant signed by Judge Merritt. Apparently you failed to appear in his court on a charge of burglary. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself. You're going to hire a private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
The public defender.
I'll appoint the public defender. Judge Merritt set your bond at $10,000. I can't change that. I'm going to have you back to see him on April 30th. They might have told you May 10th. The right date is April 30th. If you get out, you should contact the PD right away. If you can't get out, they'll come see you at the jail, okay?
Okay, my phone call thing isn't working.
Say that again?
My phone call isn't working.
Okay, the folks at the jail will help you with that and make sure that your PIN works so you can make your call, all right?
All right.
Thank you. Sky O'Vera? Afternoon, Sky. What's your date of birth?
January 29th, 95.
All right, Sky, the charge is hiring with intent to defraud. There's probable cause for the charge. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel.
I guess I could go with a public defender.
All right.
Wait, no, I handle that myself. If I go, I could do it with.
You want the public defender or you want to do it yourself?
Yes, I would like the public defender.
Okay. And going forward, Sky, if you don't talk when I'm talking, it'll be a lot easier, okay?
The public defender.
Yeah, I got that. Dave?
Yes, an adjudication in 2015 for a violation of pretrial release conditions, a 2015 adjudication for paraphernalia, and a criminal mischief adjudication in 2015.
And Sky, I have an address for you on Sea Holly Drive in Brooksville. Is that where you live?
No, it's changed. It's still my ID, but I live in Boston.
Okay, where do you live now?
The address is 7369 Ceylon Drive. It's in Wiki Watching.
Okay. How long have you been there?
For like a year now.
Do you have a job these days?
Not at the moment.
Okay. I'm going to set your bond at $500, Sky. I'm going to have you back in court on the 10th of May. Very important that if you get out, you contact the public defender right away, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Can I use the restroom?
I'm sure they'll let you do that.
Real quick, Judge, there's no one else here for the 150.
All right. So then, Chantel, Aya Capelli, and Lamont, those are defaults, right?
Yes.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day. Melody Rodriguez. Afternoon, Melody. What's your date of birth?
12/27/76.
Melody, you're here in a warrant signed by Judge Toner. He found probable cause for a violation of probation. As to that charge, you're going to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
The public defender, sir.
I'll appoint the public defender. The bond on the warrant is no bond. I can't change that. I'm going to have you back. Looks like you're already set for court on the 26th of April, so that's where we'll leave you. And then, go ahead.
Can I say something?
Sure.
I have a paper signed from Judge Howard that I already had time served for this charge. I got the judge. I have the papers here, and he told me I got that paper, and I have one that the VOP was supposed to have been dropped, and he said that once I came in today, I could request for a bond. I have the paperwork right here.
Okay. Well, I don't know what you have, but the answer is I have a warrant signed by another circuit judge, the one actually handling this case, and he says there's probable cause for a VOP, and he says the bond is no bond. So Judge Howard has nothing to do with this case. So what's going to happen is you're going to be back in court on the 26th of April. The public defender will come see you at the jail before then, so that if you have any questions that are still unanswered, they can help you, okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Jovan Flaherty. Afternoon, sir. What's your date of birth?
9/13/84.
All right. So you're here in a warrant signed by Judge Toner. He found probable cause for one count of retail theft As to that charge, you want to represent yourself, you want to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender? I'll appoint the public defender. State what can you tell me?
An adjudication in 2015 where a state prison sentence was imposed for battery second or subsequent, as well with a resisting officer with violence. And in possession of cocaine in 2013, adjudication of guilt where a 2-year prison sentence was imposed. 2012, adjudication of guilt for a paraphernalia out of Gainesville. A state prison sentence imposed. Adjudication of guilt in 2009 for a theft out of Alachua County. A robbery, adjudication of guilt in 2009. Possession of synthetic in 2006, where a 1 year and 3 months state prison sentence was imposed. Paraphernalia adjudication in 06. 06 adjudication resisting without violence.
Okay, that's good, Ben. Thanks. Mr. Flaherty, where you been staying lately? You been staying with friends or living outdoors? What's going on?
Kind of like hopping.
Okay. You have a job these days?
I was actually getting rehired at Path Landscaping, sir.
Okay. Tell you what, I'm going to set the bond at $500. I'll have you back in court on May 3rd. If you get out, make sure you go see the public defender right away, okay?
My bond was at $100.
Your bond was at $1,000. Now it's at $500.
Okay.
The bondsman might have said $100. I don't think that changed, to be honest with you. All right, thank you. Frederick Jones. Afternoon, sir. What's your date of birth?
2365.
Frederick, you're here on a warrant signed by Judge Rupi. She found probable cause for a violation of probation. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender.
I'll appoint the PD. Bond on that warrant is no bond. I can't change that. You'll be back in court on May 3rd. Public defender will come see you before then, okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Tyler Jones. Afternoon, Tyler. What's your date of birth?
11/21/89.
Tyler, you got 3 counts of resisting without violence. There's probable cause for those charges. As to those charges, you want to represent yourself. You want to hire a private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
I love the public defender.
Appoint the PD. Stay what can you tell me?
A DUI adjudication in 2018 at Tallahassee, and no other history, Your Honor.
Okay. And Tyler got an address. I don't have an address. Where you been staying lately, Tyler?
Out in the woods.
Okay. All right. I'm going to set your bond at $500 on count 1 and ROR on counts 2 and 3, so your total is $500. I'll have you back in court on the 3rd of May. If you get out, make sure you contact the public defender right away, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Marcus Marquis. Afternoon, Marcus. What's your date of birth?
5/24/87.
Marcus, you have 2 charges today: possession of methamphetamine, possession of drug paraphernalia. There's probable cause for those charges. As to those charges, you want to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender.
I'll appoint the PD. State.
Adjudication withheld for an accident, unattended vehicle, or property without leaving, hit and run, and an aggravated battery pretrial diversion in 2009 out of Pasco.
Marcus, I have an address for you on Parkwood Street in Hudson. Is that where you live?
I'm currently actually right down the road from that.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
I'm currently right down the road from that, Hicks Road.
All right, get closer to the microphone, slow down, and tell me where you live.
I'm down the road from that at 12438 Hicks Road.
There you go. Do you have a job these days?
Yes.
What do you do?
We install the fire systems. I work for Critical System Solutions.
Okay. On the meth, I'll set your bond at $1,000. On the paraphernalia at $500. That's a total of $1,500. You'll be back in court on the 10th of May. Make sure you contact the public defender when you get out, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. Larry Mathis. Afternoon, Larry. What's your date of birth?
1987.
Larry, I have two warrants for you, both signed by Judge Merritt. In each case, he found probable cause for a violation of probation. As to those charges, you want to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender, please.
I'm going to appoint the public defender in both cases. The bond on each of them is no bond. I can't change that. I'm going to change your date to the 30th of April. They told you May 10th. You'll actually be back on April 30th. PD is going to come see you before that, okay?
Yes, sir. I have a question.
Sure, go ahead.
I believe my wife's in the stand right now. She brought the full restitution payment that I owed.
Okay.
I didn't know if that was possible to be paid through you guys or through the Hernando County.
I can't take it. You have to, I would start with you know where the probation office is? I would start there with it. I'm sure they'll take it and know what to do, and that certainly will be helpful for him if that's paid before he gets back in front of Judge Merritt, all right? I can't set bonds for him, hon, because it's a circuit court. He's going to be no bond, at least until he gets back to court, all right? All right,
thank you.
Thank you. Anthony Miller. Afternoon, Anthony. What's your date of birth?
8/13/94.
Anthony, you're here on a warrant signed by Judge Toner. Apparently you failed to appear in his court on a VOP status on a charge of burglary, it looks like. As to that charge, you're going to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender.
I'll appoint the public defender. The bond on that warrant is no bond. You'll be back to see Judge Toner on the 10th of May. Public defender will come see you before then, okay?
Yeah, I got a question.
Sure, go ahead.
I was incarcerated in Lake County during the time I had court over here. So how is that supposed to work?
Well, what that means, Anthony, is that you'll probably never be charged with the crime of failing to appear, but you certainly weren't here. And so this is how they get you back on the docket so they can resolve this case, okay?
All right.
All right. Kevon Pratt.
Judge, Mr. Shaw wanted me to let you know
Yes, Your Honor.
he had represented Mr. Pratt in a driving charge recently.
Right.
And during the pendency of that case, he did pay some money to child support.
Okay. Yeah, just saw Kevon. Was he here yesterday?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. Okay. Okay.
They took him into custody.
Okay.
May I say something, Your Honor?
Sure, Kevon. What do you want to tell me?
Well, the situation is tomorrow I'm supposed to start work.
Right.
And I haven't really been working since last year, May 25th.
Oh, Kevon, we're getting you out today. We're just going to figure out how, right? So, Kevon, you're here now on a writ of bodily attachment. That's obviously the child support issue. The purge amount they said is $677. I assume that's too much to pay right now. Is that right?
There you go. Yes, sir. All I got is $5.
Okay. Say that again. How much you got?
All I got is just $5.
Okay.
They took. I came in with 10. They took 5, and honestly, they let me out.
When he leaves, they'll take the other 5.
2 weeks to a month, I'll be called.
Okay, Kevon, is there anybody on the outside that can get money to the jail for you? Any amount of money at all?
So I tried reaching out to them, and I can't get a hold of nobody. I've been calling them nonstop.
Okay. What's the date on the writ? And when's the last time you paid money to child support?
I was getting unemployment, and they were taking me out of that.
Okay. So when would have been the last time that they would have got some money?
Well, pretty much, that took me in, like, probably November, I think it was.
Okay.
So possibly with me starting this new job, I'll make sure I get caught up current with the payment within 2 weeks of my.
Okay. And how long has it been since you had a regular job?
May 25th, 2018.
Okay. And all that time you've been looking for work?
Yes, sir.
What's the new job?
Pardon me?
What's the new job? What are you going to be doing?
Vivian Security.
Okay. Hang on one second. How long you been coming to see me on that traffic docket?
Since November.
Okay. And do you have any FTAs? Do you have any FTAs? You've been consistent about coming.
I've been there every time, sir.
He was placed on probation too.
Oh, we did?
He was placed on probation.
Awesome. Let's see.
No.
All right, Kevon, I'm going to find you're not in contempt. I'm going to release you today on your own recognizance so that you can get out today and get to work. Obviously, you know this doesn't clear up whatever the child support situation is. You still got to keep dealing with that so that this doesn't happen again. But we'll let you out today, okay?
All right, sir.
And tell him, make sure he reports early to...
Right, and Miss Newby says make sure you don't forget to report to probation, okay?
Okay, do I have to phone in or do I have to go see them?
Monday's fine.
Okay, got to go see him on Monday, Kevon.
Um,
And if there's a problem with that, call him and find out, because I know you're starting a job, okay?
yes, sir, that's all. All right, thank you very much.
All right, very good. Michael Scott.
Yes, sir.
Michael, what's your date of birth?
11/7/1981.
Michael, you're hearing a warrant signed by Judge Rupi. She found probable cause for a violation of probation. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself. You want to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender, sir.
I'll appoint the public defender. The bond on that warrant is no bond. I can't change that. I'm going to have you back in court on May 3rd. Public defender will come see you before that and see if we can get your case resolved, okay?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. William Shoemaker. William, what's your date of birth?
6/22/83.
William, you're hearing a warrant signed by Judge Merritt. Apparently you failed to appear in his case on driving on a suspended license charge. As to that charge, you're representing yourself. You got private counsel. You want the public defender.
Public defender, Your Honor, I actually made it to court. I just got there a little late and had already issued the warrant. And the public defender actually told me to leave and he would file a motion
Well,
on the court date.
I'll tell you what, William, it's been an issue for years here, and we're going to get it settled pretty soon, I think. But right now, I have this warrant that says no bond. I'm putting you back on Judge Merritt's docket on April 30th, which is as quick as I can get you back there. I'm with you. I'm not sure that that's the right thing, but I got to honor that warrant as we stand here today. So you'll be back on the...
Your Honor,
Go ahead.
when I spoke with my PD, he said that he had worked out with the state already for the 2 years probation. Is that still possible?
I'm sure that is, but I can't do it because it's a felony case, and so you have to go to Judge Merritt to do it, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, so you'll be back on the 30th. The bond is no bond. PD is appointed. Thank you, William. Adam Therium. Afternoon, Adam. What's your date of birth?
6/9/76.
Adam, the charge is driving on a suspended license. There's probable cause for the charge. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender, please.
I'll appoint the PD, State.
He just went on a adjudication for a DUI in town of Pinellas County.
Right.
And he has a 2008 out-of-state driving under the influence with some sort of reference to homicide by vehicle. And this history is from 08 out of New Mexico.
Okay. Adam, I have an address for you in Homosassa. Is that where you live?
Yes, sir.
How long you been there?
About 6 months.
All right. And you have a job these days?
I was working for CCS Construction, but the job has currently come to an end for finalizing the building.
Okay.
So it's on the waiting list for the next job.
Okay. And it looks like you're probably on Pinellas County probation right now. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So, Adam, I'll set the bond on this at $5,000. This is coming back on the 3rd of May. I don't know what Pinellas County might do when they figure this out, and they will figure it out shortly, I'm sure. But if you get out, you should contact the public defender on this case. If you can't get out, they're going to come see you at the jail, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yep. Thomas. Afternoon, sir. What's your date of birth?
7/30/43, sir.
So you're here on a charge of battery on a person 65 or older being domestic in nature. There's probable cause for that charge. As to that charge, do you wish to represent yourself? You plan to hire a private lawyer? Would you like me to appoint an attorney from the public defender's office?
I want to represent myself. May I say something
Well,
quickly, Judge?
Thomas, hang on. Don't say anything yet. First of all, before you decide to represent yourself, this is at least a third-degree felony, which has a potential penalty of 5 years in prison. So you maybe don't want to represent yourself. If you can't afford a lawyer, I'm happy to give you an experienced lawyer who can help you with this.
What I would like to say real quick, sir, you might have a change of heart. Well, my girlfriend, the accuser, my significant other for 46 years, actually told me she went to the police on Thursday night when this incident happened. But since that, just made up, went to dinner, went shopping the last 2 days on the weekend, and then the sheriffs came to my house yesterday morning. So then, and I tried to call her from the courthouse, but as you're probably aware, they block all calls from the accused to the accuser. So I think one of the guards in the lockup told me that if I asked you, you would probably let me call her from here, right, and straighten this out, because I'm pretty sure she's not going to press charges.
Okay.
I humbly request, as a former Marine, if I am held, that you release me on my own reconnaissance. I own my own home in Hernando Beach, a boat, free and clear. I'm not going anywhere, sir.
Okay. All right. And she's here, so we're going to get to all of that. I still want you to answer me the question of whether or not you plan to hire a lawyer. You'd like me to appoint the public defender.
At this time, I want to represent myself if it goes that far, which I doubt it will, because I'm pretty sure she'll drop the charges.
Okay. Well, you're going to hear about that too. All right. And Miss Fitzpatrick, is that you?
Yes.
Come on forward. You're right at the podium, ma'am. Yep. You raise your right hand for me. Your other right hand. Happens all the time. Do you solemnly swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Just state your name for me.
Francis Fitzpatrick.
All right. Francis, how do you know Mr. Thomas here?
We've been living together for the last 10 years, since 2008. I know him for about 40 years, but...
Okay. Is she your significant other?
I wouldn't say that.
Okay.
Roommates, more or less.
Okay. Now, obviously, he's been arrested for an incident that allegedly involved you. Are you wanting to still have contact with him?
No.
You don't want contact
No.
with him? Okay. And, all right. And so you all have been living together on that Neptune Drive address?
Yes.
Okay. That's all I need to hear, ma'am. I see you walked in with somebody from the state attorney's office. Whatever it is that you need to tell them, just continue to meet with them, okay?
Are they a witness, sir?
That was the witness people, right?
Yeah. Okay.
And just so you know, in a second here, I'm going to tell Mr. Thomas that he's not allowed to have contact with you until we resolve this case. So if he should have contact with you, you should call 911, okay?
And I don't want him to come by the house.
And what I'm going to tell him about that is we're going to allow him to go by one time to grab some clothes and whatnot, but he'll have to call the sheriff's office first, and there'll be a deputy who stands by while he does it, all right?
Okay.
All right, very good.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, so Thomas, you want to represent yourself? You want a lawyer?
I represent myself, sir.
Okay, you understand that your idea of what's happening here is clearly wrong, and like I said, you're facing up to 5 years in prison. You still want to represent yourself?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You can lead a horse to water. Very good. Any other history, State?
Your Honor, just some older history out of New York, a 71 assault and harassment in 76, and a DUI in 76.
Okay. And Thomas, how long have you lived on that Neptune Drive address?
12 years, sir.
Do you have a job these days?
I'm retired.
Okay. I'm going to set your bond at $2,500. Condition of that bond is that you will not have any contact with Ms. Fitzpatrick while this charge is pending. No contact means no contact of any kind. You don't call, you don't write, you don't email, you don't text message, you don't contact her through any social media. You don't have a third person contact her. You don't go where she lives. You don't go where she works. You don't have any contact of any kind. Any way that you might imagine having contact, I forbid you to do that. If you have contact and we find out about it, your bond will be revoked and you'll be held without bond until the charges are resolved. It means no contact even if she wants the contact. So if you answer your phone and hear her voice, you should hang up. If you're out and about and see her, you should turn around and run the other way. You need to understand that she cannot drop the charges against you. That's not a decision she's allowed to make. She might go to the state attorney's office at some time here and tell them that she wants the charges dropped, but that decision belongs solely to the assistant state attorney handling your case. So unless that person or the judge on your case tells you that your charges are dropped, you should assume they are not dropped, and you should not have contact. In addition, let's see, as far as that address on Neptune Drive goes, as long as she stays there while this case is pending, you'll have to find someplace else to stay. You can go by one time to pick up
I have no other place I could go, and I just can't go anywhere else.
Okay, you're welcome to stay where you're at if you don't have anywhere else to go. But if you do get out and want to go by one time to collect your clothes, your toothbrush, whatever else is that you need, you'd have to contact the sheriff's office first. They would meet you there with a deputy who would stand by while you picked up your things and got going where you're going. I'll have you back in court on the 10th of May. Are you sure you don't want a lawyer?
I guess I'll have to.
I guess. I'm going to go ahead and appoint the public defender to represent you. If you do not bond out, then they will be by to see you at the jail so that they can discuss with you what your options may be, all right?
No, quick question.
Sure.
While this was all happening, my car has been in a body shop, so I have no car now. When the police officers came by my house yesterday, I have no wallet, no checkbook, no nothing. So, would I be able to get all this stuff sometime today? Could we arrange that with Mrs. Fitzpatrick where I could come and pick up some clothes and whatnot?
If you get out, Thomas, you call the sheriff's office and they will arrange a time for you to go to the house.
I don't have a nickel to call the sheriff's office, Judge.
All right, well then you're not getting out, and you don't have to worry about your car, your wallet, or anything else because you're going to be in jail.
How would I?
Sit down. Sit.
Judge, did you, just a clarification, did you hold till 4?
It's not actually a Hotel 4 case. It actually happened a couple days ago. So,
okay, no problem.
But he's apparently not getting out. Taylor Vano. Taylor, what's your date of birth?
10/21/99.
Taylor, you're hearing a warrant signed by Judge Rupi. She found probable cause for a VOP. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender, please.
I'll point the PD. The bond, Taylor, is no bond. I can't change that. I'll have you back in court on the 3rd of May. Very important. Or the public defender will come see you before your court date, okay?
Yes.
Thank you. Michael Waldron.
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
Afternoon, Michael. What's your date of birth?
4/6/82.
And Michael, you're hearing a warrant signed by Judge Toner. He found probable cause for a VOP. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender, sir.
I'll appoint the PD. The bond, of course, is no bond. I can't change that. We'll have you back to see Judge Toner on the 10th of May. PD will come see you before then, okay?
Yes, thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Walter Weeks. Afternoon, Walter.
After the address court, I filed a Whistleblower Protection Act against this woman who filed this.
That's
this
awesome. Why don't you be quiet and let me do my job, and you can tell that to somebody who's more interested in hearing it than I am.
Okay.
The charge is violation of an injunction. There's probable cause for that charge. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender, please.
I'll appoint the public defender. State what you tell me.
A grand theft adjudication in 2017 where a 14-month state prison sentence was imposed. A grand theft, another charge adjudication at Willis third or subsequent adjudication in 2017. Actual constructive possession of synthetic adjudication in 17. At Willis adjudication in 17. Paraphernalia, July of 17. Adjudication of guilt. A violation of injunction, repeat sex date violence adjudication in February of 2017 out of Suwannee County. Adjudication for possession of meth in 2014 adjudication in Pasco. In 2015 a possession of paraphernalia adjudication, as well as a marijuana possession. A 2013 petty theft county jail adjudication, as well as an organized fraud trespass adjudication in 2013. Another adjudication for a petty theft in 2013 out of Pinellas County. Adjudication withheld in 2011. For obtaining or attempting to obtain a controlled substance by fraud in 2011. Pinellas case.
That's enough then. Walter, how long have you lived in Hernando County?
Probably about 15 years now.
All right. Do you have a job these days?
Up until about Friday, I did.
Okay. All right. I'm going to set your bond at $1,000. Condition of the bond is that you'll have no contact with Ms. Kreiner. Now that is, my no contact order has nothing to do with the injunction, so my no contact order would survive that injunction being dropped. My no contact order stays in effect until this case is resolved. That means that you can no longer go back to 17269 Lake Lindsay Road. Are you crystal clear about that?
May I go back with a Leo escort to get my stuff?
They would have helped you out yesterday, but you decided that you wanted to show your backside instead, so the answer is no.
Okay.
You'll be back in court on the 3rd of May. It's important that if you get out, you contact the public defender first, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. Samuel Whaley. Samuel, what's your date of birth?
9479.
Samuel, you're hearing a warrant signed by Judge Toner. You found probable cause for a violation of probation. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender, please.
I'll appoint the PD. Bond on that warrant is no bond, so we can't change that. I'll have you back to see Judge Toner on the 10th of May. PD will come see you before then, okay?
Okay.
Very good. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Joe, you got anybody else for me?
No, sir.
Anybody you want me to do over again?
Nothing.
All right. Thanks, guys.